Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. Now, we are going to be talking about Hazbin Hotel and all that stuff. I waited until the entire season was out so I could give my unbiased opinion on it. You know, give my unbiased opinion of what I thought episode by episode and what I thought, what I liked, and what I'm hoping for in season two. Now, spoilers, if you have not watched the whole season of Hazbin Hotel, I suggest you don't watch this video because there is going to be spoilers in this video. And you don't want that ruined for you, I presume. So, yes, that is what we're going to get onto. So, let's do this. First is Overture. Overture. Now, what I didn't like about episode one Overture is because it had where if you didn't watch the show from the pilot on YouTube, you don't know what's going on. You're basically being tossed in without any context of what Hazbin Hotel is, and that's where I feel that episode one failed. They should have just have maybe done a flashback or a recap, or like you know how some seasons for shows does previously on things of the season finale before. So in small tidbits of the information. So when you know like it's been a year later for the show, that because it's been a couple years for people who haven't watched the pilot, they're being thrown in the deep end without any knowledge of what these characters are, their relationships to each other, all that stuff. What is Alastor doing there? Who is Alastor? So yes, I feel that's where the biggest flaw and issue I have with Hazbin Hotels, at least just specifically episode one. Episode two. Oh my god, am simping for Vox. Oh my god. I thought Vox was going to be more of the bottom to Valentino, but he seems to be keeping Valentino in line. This is the episode of Radio Killed the Video Star, and it shows the rivalry. And I love. Okay, I had this headcanon. I don't know if you guys have read it in my stories, but I had this headcanon that Alastor doesn't really have a rivalry with Vox. Well, he does, but Vox is more of an annoyance to him. And Vox is the one that gets super petty and just goes up basically childish tantrum when he realized Alastor is back, and that their dynamic is that Alastor doesn't care about Vox at all, but Vox is the one that is overreactive to it. And I love that not my headcanon was right for that. So good for that. And also, I just love Vox as a character in general, always and always. And now, what else about Radio Killed the Video Star? That had my favorite song in it out of the whole season. My favorite song is Stayed Gone. I love that. I have listened to it at least 50 times on YouTube Premium. I am addicted. Anyways, now scrambled eggs. I did like I saw what they were setting up, but I didn't know it was going to go the way it did. But I figured that there was going to be something, and with the angel being unalive, that set up things for later in the season that we'll get to. But it set up a lot of things that could have happened. And also, I love that we saw how petty Alistair can be, just the tidbits of where Carmine didn't really care where he was. He twitched at that. And he was very upset that people haven't been talking about him. He hates the being ignored thing. He needs the attention because he loves it, but he's also not going to be begging for it. So I just love that little detail about him. Love that. And Rosie, she is queen. We'll get in more into that. And then episode 4, Masquerade. Okay, now this is where we're going to get into trigger warnings and stuff. So, trigger warning is going to talk about the abuse that Valentino does to Angel Dust. Now, first disclaimer: Vivzy Pop does not adult fun time, R-word scenes or abuse like that. Does not put it in that adult fun time theme and glorify it, because for people that do not know how it is to be addicted to drugs and also in a sexual situation, that being on the under the influence, especially when you're super high, because Valentino's pheromones are like are pheromones that intoxicated Angel Dust, putting him into the situation of being under the influence. Being under the influence. Anyways, when you're under the influence, you're riding a high of mania and energy that you are going from one thing from the next. And also that Angel Dust is doing his best to survive. So he's basically on the high of the intoxication of the under the influence. And that is how he reacted, not in a traditional sense of how our word of victims acted, but you can see at the end of the song of Poison that when the high was starting to come down, his song got sadder and depresser because it was all coming down that he just got basically R-worded through all of that. And it was horrible, and his consent was taken away from him. Even though he was high, which also it shows if you are under the influence, you cannot consent. So all of that was a big, yes, it was a song thing, but it showed how well when you're under the influence that you go with the flow and that you're living on mania energy, but then how he crashed. And I say that is an amazing scene for Angel Dust. Not very good. I wish it didn't happen to Angel Dust, but it shows so well how you can be under the influence and how you're living high. Everything's going great, but still can be painful. But then once it starts to crash down, you fall apart and you feel like and you just want to get to the next high because you don't want to deal with it. And that's where a lot of Angel Dust addiction comes from. Okay, trigger warning part is over. Sorry about that. And then best best dad. Okay, this is where we've shown some parts, and also we're going to get into a little bit of what was said in the live stream for the Q&A and stuff. But Alastor sees Charlie as a daughter. Sorry, Charlister fans. You can still ship them in fiction, just separate fiction from reality. But Alastor sees Charlie as a daughter, closest as a relationship can get. So, of course, when he is basically not happy with Lucifer being there, and he might have some issues with Lucifer if he has a contract with Lilith because he is owned by someone else. His soul is owned by someone else, and it could be Lilith. And that the whole thing with, because they're both gone at the same time, the 7 years mark. So very well they could be having situations where Lilith, well, controls Alastor to some length because they were gone for the same 7 years. So very complex. We'll get to Lilith at the end. But yes, and that he could have some beef with Lucifer for that reason and all that stuff. But also that he sees Charlie as a daughter, and the idea of Lucifer stepping in on his territory, he does not like one. And he just wants to probably be petty, let's be honest. Sorry, drink break. Gotta stay hydrated. Anyways. Also, I cringe. I don't know why. I know it's probably my daddy issues where I can't really relate to it, but it also is cringy because it hurts my soul. Is the moments with Lucifer and Charlie that they have that are emotional. It makes me cringe. It's probably because I have unresolved daddy issues, but still cringe. But yes, I did enjoy that Lucifer wants to be a part of it. Also, we'll get to Lilith again, at the very end, there will be major spoilers for the finale, so stay tuned. And then Welcome to Heaven. I loved how Heaven didn't know what gets an angel into heaven. It will get more to on Heaven at the end again. Big finale stuff. But also that Emily thinks that they are redeemed, and also that I love the fact that they cast Lucifer out once and they haven't cast any other angels except for Vaggie, which is a fallen angel sort of, out of heaven. But everyone before that was basically being cast out of heaven was an anomaly, so there was no procedure to make fallen angels happen unless they've done something like Lucifer or Vaggie. So it's very unlikely that Adam would have been kicked out because they just don't want that to happen because they can't fathom that happening. But now it's possible that it could happen. Who knows? And also that I just want to punch Adam in the face. I'm glad what happens to him. Sorry if you hear that. That's my neighbor's dog, and my dog might be barking soon. I apologize. My my neighbor's dog doesn't go. I have two neighbors with dogs, and they are on the other side, and they don't get along with each other. Oh, why do you have to do it during my video? Chloe, you're okay. You're a good girl. You don't need to bark like that. Sorry, I'm neighbors. I swear. Anyways, sorry about that. Anyways, back to the video. Michelle, try and remember to edit that out. Anyways, episode 7. Hello, Rosie. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty part of it. Hello, Rosie. Okay, so I love Rosie. She is bae. She is queen. She is mwah. I will worship her. Also, that she knows that Alastor is Arrow Ace or Ace. Now, to get onto that, Alastor was originally wrote as aromantic asexual, but Vivzy Pop has said that she lets people decide what his romantic interest is in there to air quote have fun with it with his romantic interest. But originally he was written Arrow Ace, aromantic, meaning lack of romantic attraction and a lack of sexual desire, all that. So, but that means he still can have it because I'm gonna break this down. Arrow, my tongue is tied. Aromantic is a spectrum. You can choose to do romance stuff and sometimes even enjoy romantic acts. Asexual is also a spectrum where you can be sex favorable or sex repulsed. Now, most asexuals do not like sex, but they can still have it. And there are some asexuals that do like it even without sexual attraction because sex is a physical act and not and not a need for your attraction or anything. So lack of the adult fun time attraction does not mean you cannot actually do adult fun time. Well, thank you. Now on to Rosie. Back to Rosie. So she knew. So it's canon that Alastor, at the very least, is asexual. Most likely Arrow Ace. We stand Arrow Ace. I will write him Arrow Ace as much as possible, but it's also fiction, so I might write him not as Arrow Ace. But in my stuff, he is adult fun time favorable, so he does enjoy the physical act only with his darling because of control possessive, and that it makes his partner happy because you can be Arrow Ace and still have a companion. It may not be as romantic or adult fun timey, but you can still have a companion in life and even have a family with that person in life without ever having adult fun time or romantic actions. Companionship is just as valid a relationship as romantic or adult fun timey. Thank you. I stand my Arrow Ace companions while I'm demisexual. So, anyways, but I stand you regardless because we need more representation for the asexual Arrow Ace, demisexual. We need all that. We need all of that. Anyways, so loved Rosie. Also, Susan's a vibe. Also, oh my god, I love Cannibal Town. It is so I personally want to have a house, a nice little townhome there, go there on weekends, just vibe, maybe eat a person. Just kidding, YouTube, that is a joke. No eating people here. And now the show must go on. The thing I loved, because me and my partner have been headcanon this as we wrote stories about it with Sir Pentious, with two penis. I love that has been canon and that he in canon has two penises. And also, let's talk about the battle. Okay, I think Sir Pentious, there's levels of certain things you have to do to get redeemed. And I think Sir Pentious' soul was very much not one of the worst souls like Alastor Vox or Valentino, for example. So he was easier to redeem. Like he was the best choice for Vaggie to get someone redeemed. And also the fact that he did a complete selfless act without any reward or without praise, because you had to look at his character. He wanted reward and praise from the V's, which he did sinful acts of hurting people and stuff. But instead he did an act of sacrifice without thing of praise and knowing that he probably would not come back and that he would not get praise for it. He just wanted to do the right thing, and that's probably what got him sent to heaven, because he beat his sins and was a generally good person that did something so selfless that it got him redeemed. Now, if you're like someone like Angel Dust, you need more work, and that's why probably Angel Dust hasn't gotten redeemed yet, because he hasn't done enough stuff to get redeemed, or he hasn't truly met it, because we have to remember Sir Pentious could have left. He stayed to work on himself, and he willingly worked on himself, so he could have believed in redemption and believed in being a good person, and that could be the main key of getting redeemed. Comment below what you think redemption is needed and all that stuff. Have a good conversation below. Then, oh yeah, so Sir Purchase got redeemed. Love that. He is bae. And I love how Sarah is like, what the heck? This isn't happening. And Emily is just, yay! So yes, there's that. And then there is the big ball drop. Oh my god, love that Charlie actually has the potential to be the third strongest person now, but she's never had to be in a fight before. So of course she's not as skilled as Adam, who has fought before. Also, Adam, frick you. You suck. And also, I legit cried when I thought Serpentious died. I was tearing up, rolling down the side of my eyes, and I'm like, no! I knew someone had to die, but not Pina Colada Serpentious. Anyway, so happy he got redeemed. It saved the day. Also, Nifty, you go girl. She is unhinged. And I, honestly, Nifty is like me on crack. Like, if I didn't have anything to hold me back, and I didn't take my medication, and I was turned up to 1,000, Nifty would be me. I would just run up to Valentino, steal his hair. Nifty is like me times 1,000 without my medication. So love Nifty. She is a total vibe. Love Nifty. Anyways, good job, Nifty, and Unalive and Adam. You're great. And also that Charlie still kept her morals, even though she was willing to go ham. Also, love that Charlie snapped and went into full demon form. Also, it looks like Charlie is confirmed. I don't know 100% if it's confirmed canonically, but looks like she is a part succubus, which goes into the lore that Lilith was the first mother of demons, but also, in some lore, is the first mother of succubus and incubus demons. So very likely that is what Charlie's demon side is. Fun fact. And also, last thing, the Lilith reveal. Oh my gosh. This is major spoilers. Okay, so Lilith probably is in heaven and looks like she made a deal with Adam to be there. Adam is unalived, and then Lutz goes and says that Lilith has to go down there and deal with Charlie if she wants to stay in heaven. And then it ends. Like, oh my god. The plot twist. And also Mommy Lilith, Mommy Lilith, Mommy Lilith. Oh my god. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. This is just my main thoughts and main interests. And I love that Cherry Bomb and Serpentious could be a thing, and also that Serpentious has a crush on Cherry Bomb. I think it is adorable, but she is unworthy because Serpy is precious. And also that Vox and Valentino is confirmed. I already knew they were a canon couple, and they're probably poly, so that's why Valentino can sleep around with his employees and stuff. But also just love a villain couple and all that stuff. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. I'm sorry for the super, super long video. This is just a rant on what I thought of it. And now what I think of what should happen. I think Lilith is going to come back. And if she is tied to possibly Alastor as holding him, she might manipulate Alastor into manipulating Charlie. Or we might get Eve or Rue, who is tied to Alastor and is controlling him. And also that we're going to get more Lucifer being part, because now, and we're also going to see, because I bet in season 2, episode 1, it will show that to Charlie or be on the news of how that sinners can be redeemed, and Charlie realizes this, and this starts the real redemption to Hazbin Hotel, but also the plot that Lutz wants revenge, one, and also that Lilith is going to help get revenge. They had to get away with the extermination, so I was really hesitant on where it was going to go with redemption because that's what the storyline is, but they did the ending so well with creating new conflict for future seasons and also wrapping up the season to show where they were going with it, because I didn't know what they were going with it halfway through. Like, what did it has to do with the dead exorcist and the Carmilla Carmine's weapons? Yes. And I love also that Carmilla Carmine pointed out the obvious, which we all started to realize, that yeah, Vaki basically is an exorcist, and we knew it before she was revealed because it's pretty obvious. Like, I was starting to think it too, but I thought I was just reaching at some point until I saw the image with her and the wings that got leaked. But yes, so yes, there we go. Also, there will be more. There will be Smash or Pass for Hazbin Hotel, and there will be also there. Sorry, brain fart. I only got 3 hours of sleep, and my brain is starting to run in like 2%. Anyways, and there will be more Yandere characters. I already got today. I posted while I'm recording this, the day of I'm recording this, Charlie Morningstar as Yandere. I have that posted. It's the video before the day before this because I'm probably posting this tomorrow, so 24 hours from now. And I have Angel Dust and Valentino recorded as well. If they're not posted before this, they'll be posted after it. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed. Keep an eye out for more Hazbin Hotel content and all that good stuff, and I hope that you all enjoyed. Thank you, Gav, for being my first patron. You are wonderful, beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. Thank you, Gav, and thank you, Wicked Brony, for being my second patron. You are beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. Thank you, Wicked Brony. I hope that you all enjoyed, and stay sexy on my sexy muffins. Secret outro time, secret outro time. Okay, so what did you think of the show? Comment below. What was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? My favorite part by far was the Stayed God song, and that's some of my headcanons were proven right because I love that. And I love that I've been writing some part of the characters right. Love that. And my least favorite part was probably Adam because I love that Nifty took care of him. But also my least favorite part was definitely my least favorite part of all was that they didn't summarize what happened in the pilot. So people that are coming on watching it on Prime don't know what's going on from point A to point B. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed and stay sexy on my sexy muffins. Bye-bye.